Hey mobile gamers, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks since I've uploaded a video, as I did Star Wars Hunters, a preview on that. Here I'm going to do my first 3 weeks in Watcher of Realms, which is kind of a raid copycat. I won't really talk about how much of a copycat I think it is in this video, but know that I do think so. So at 21 days in, I have made Gold 3 in Arena, which I'm not a big fan of. There's Bronze, Silver, Gold, and then there's Platinum, 3 levels of Platinum, and then there's Overlord and a higher Overlord. So on day 2, I pulled Arrogance, who may be the best early to late game carry in the game. Valeria is amazing on Guild Boss. She's probably one of the top 5 fighters out there as well. I also joined my raid guild, Yellow Turban Rebels. I've made Nightmare 3, I'm on the 2nd chest. And Nightmare 2, I can make the top chest, but not to Nightmare 4 yet. I think it's all because of Arrogance and Valeria. You be the judge with the damage right there. But doing pretty well on Guild Boss. I can't complain after 3 weeks in. I'm sure there's people who've done far better than me. However, I really can't complain about how I've done. So, taking a look at the chests here. The final chest, or the fine chest, that's the 2nd chest, has some pretty decent drops. Nightmare 4, I'm pretty far away from having the amazing drops of Nightmare 4. Particularly the legendary souls are what you really want out of here, and they're extremely rare. So, first let's take a look at some of the champions I pulled. So Arrogance. Orm's not amazing, but he's good early game. Maiden is a great healer. Maul is pretty amazing. He's an epic. And then yesterday I just pulled AI, and she really helped me out. I'll have a video coming out about Gear Raid 1, Stage 13. I had to get her Awakening Level 3, because Awakening Level 1 and 3 allowed me to get the damage I needed to move past Gear Raid 1, Stage 13. So I'll show you that right here. And the significance of that is it allows you to get weapon and chestplate mythical items, which you need, and I'm stuck on right now in the 16th of 18 parts on the Volca quests. And so now I can farm a couple more pieces of those to finish that. So I was able to finish that Gear Raid 1, Stage 13. Up until 13, Arrogance had actually carried me through. But after 13, you really need a strong mage. So here's with Autumn. I 6-starred her, and she is probably the best rare in the game. I looked at her kit, and then I started looking. I did decide to 6-star her, and then I looked her up, and she did really well for other content creators too. Wrath is a free champion. He does really well pretty much everywhere. Ain is a free champion. You get him on day 7, and he hits 2 squares ahead of him, or 1 square ahead of him. Well, he hits 2 squares ahead of him. He can be behind a defender, so he's really good as a fighter. I'm not using him too much the last couple days. So that's pretty much where I'm at with heroes. I think I've done very well to start off with the legendaries that I have, and even a couple of the epics. So on the insignias, marksman, I haven't quite beat that one. On mages, I have beat that, thanks to AI. On endurance, I have beat that one. That one was the first one I beat. And then melee, I have not beaten that one yet, and I'm just a little bit short on damage with the way the map is. I have the champion, or I have the heroes, but with the way the map is, I gotta build some differently, and I'm not really looking to work on that right now. As far as EXP raids, got through stage 7, so I haven't finished normal campaign. Gold raids are on hard campaign, so I'm through stage 6, so that's doing pretty well. At a very comfortable spot progression-wise, and progression now that I've gotten to this point has kind of slowed down a little bit. Gear Raid 1, as I showed you earlier, finished stage 13 on day 21. Gear Raid 2, I'm also finished stage 13. And then Gear Raid 3 also finished stage 13, so I can farm mythic gear, but it's not the minimum gear until stage 18, I believe. But at least I can start farming permanent gear to the account, or gear that I feel comfortable leveling up. Artifact Material Raid, I'm on stage 13, and that's primarily thanks to Orm's gear set when I brought him up to rank 6, and then Valeria I actually have tanking stage 13. I can't kill the boss within Valeria's passive, but I can win with her tanking. So what I'll do is I will do some showcases on some early game content. And as you see, the faction raids, kind of doing okay on those. Those are kind of hard. But I'll go in here, and what I end up doing is I switch out my best gear, because it's easy to switch out gear when I have a different faction on a different day. So like Arrogance and Valeria have my best gear, I'll switch those to somebody else. And of course, doing these faction trials, those allow you to get permanent stat increases for all of your heroes. So well worth doing it, well worth trying to progress as quickly as you can, or as early as you can. Maybe not as quickly as you can, but as early as you can. So this is the first shard summon that I'll be able to do, Abizu. And she's going to be a pretty good mage on my account. Had I not pulled AI, I would have been waiting for Gear Raid 1 Stage 13 to build her to be able to finish it, because I just haven't pulled great mages so far. So let's go into some of the content. This will be the first stage of campaign that was really challenging for me, and in this run I only 2-starred it. I didn't 3-star. I have gone back and 3-starred it, not too bad. But this one, I tried several methods and then realized I just need to put a range attacker, a marksman, in there and try and snipe the boss. As long as that marksman can stay alive, had to put pretty much my best gear on her. And that would be Tizana, I think. So the Descend, that word gets me every time. It should be the Descent. I don't think there's... You would never say the Descend. So we got this boss in here, and this stage runs pretty wild with all the mobs in here. So Ludwig is pretty tough. He'll pretty much kill people anywhere on the map, and so you got to take him out. So I had a restart there as I failed. Restart there as I failed. Just trying to get a good start to it. So I got Tizana in there, working him down, and I got him. But one of the mobs did go to the crystal. This is going to be the run that I'm able to do 2 stars on. It almost got away from me. It was a little bit hectic though, because when you're working with 4 and 5-star heroes early on in this game, things can quickly get out of control. So, as you can see, lots of mobs starting to flood the screen, and I was able to pull it out and move on. That was the important thing, was just moving on past that stage. So then on to Arena. There's 3 types, and this is AOE. I really don't like the Arena format because it's not player versus player. It's player versus environment competition. Who can do the environment better? What really is better player versus player, it's not live, but player versus player is in Guild Wars, which I'll get to in a minute. So not a really big fan of Arena. You get a few rewards. The folks who push to the end, I don't really know why they do it. I guess it's the respect of knowing that they are the top. So getting into Guild Wars, you have these demons, and you're going to attack people's regular teams in defenses that they set up. Your demons are set up with the power of your best heroes. So you assign heroes to represent the power of those demons. And you have to pick the right demons to go through the opponent's defense. Whoever is able to take out the most defenses on one guild versus the other is the final winner. And so far I've been on the winning end every time, which has been nice. So about a week and a half in, I qualified for guild versus guild wars on the first guild I joined, Asgard's Royalty, which I like to say I joined M3AD, MAD3, even though it's just M3AD. So they have a tutorial showing you how to run the demons, and it's actually pretty useful. I've used it quite a few times. Kind of set up this is just a random way of doing it, and you can just kind of run through. So basically you got to get through, take the crystal, certain amount of people are blocked, demons are blocked by one hero. Or if you take out the hero, then nobody's blocked. So you just got to get through. By the time you finish number 6 in the tutorial, which this should be number 6, trying to decide what I want to do here, then you get plenty of free demons. So I like these guys with the bows and arrows. I've come up with a pretty decent strategy based on just playing around with Guild Wars a little bit, and You get these big bruisers that are legendary demons after finishing this stage, which it'll show it. Right there, I won the legendary demon. He's a big one, and he takes a hit pretty well. So I put him with my highest BP hero so that he can take a hit and I can work through other people's teams. So, and then I followed up with the bow and arrow guys and then try and go speedy guys to run through. And it works pretty well. I'm able to beat people who have higher power than me, higher levels than me. So the tutorial really tells you how to do this. You march to battle and you have to set up your own team. And my team is pretty weak, so basically just setting it up requires people to spend 6 battles on me. They're going to win all 6 of them because I just don't have good defenses. And they have stronger teams, but 6 battles that they wouldn't be putting against somebody else, so it helps the guild. And you can see the map here. The red is the enemy, the green are your allies. As you can see, I got destroyed. Only took 6 battles. It reminds me a lot of Hero Wars, which I played for about 6 months. They have the Titans, which is kind of guild versus guild. Guild Wars, clan versus clan, whatever you call it. And so you can see your record here, and there's a little play button there. You can actually play the results of the battles, whether you were on defense or you were on offense. You can play through the results. You can also play through guildmates, clanmates, guildmates results. So here, I believe they just ran right through me. So that was my defense. That just got destroyed. Didn't take much. So let's see. I'll go through one of my wins here. So they're all set up. And I'll run through with my bruisers and then go through with my bow and arrow guys. They're not as effective right here, but the bruisers took out them and I'm able to run right straight through and break the crystals. So that's a good win for the guild. So I'm kind of torn on the gameplay. Probably won't be a long-term game for me, but I do like the Guild Wars format. Don't like the arena format. And I do like the tower defense puzzle themes. In any case, hope you enjoyed the video and take care.